Hello everybody, it's the World Child Protection Hub, and I'm Jay from Michigan. Today we're going to talk about something that's growing and growing and growing. It's a big problem. It's called sextortion. Okay, I'm going to tell you the steps of how this works. Okay? First step is contact. And these people use social media like so many of the other predators that get caught by the feds, the state, the cities, and all of our prey catchers out there all over the world, which we have hundreds of in the United States and Canada and all over Europe and all over Australia and other places of the world. We have people who actually go catch these predators. And not only that, they go to court to make sure that the people get processed. They go and they give affidavits, and they go and they swear testimony right to court. They really do a good job of them. There's a lot of real good ones out there, okay? But the first step for these people, animals, is contact you, okay? They use social media, okay? Problem is that they are usually from countries that the U.S. law can't touch. They can't touch them. They have multiple profiles and tons of images, okay, of different young people, okay? If you're a guy who's like a senior in high school and you prefer girls, blonde girls with blue eyes, you're going to get a picture of a blonde girl with blue eyes, okay? That's what you're going to get. If you prefer black ladies, you're going to get a picture of black ladies. You know, whatever it is, they're going to have a image of it, and they're going to say, oh, this is me, and it's not, okay? Once they get you to talk, they find out your preferences, and then they become what you like. That's what they do. They become exactly what you like. You're sitting there telling them what you like, what you don't like, and they become, oh, I like bicycles. Oh, me too. I like swimming. Me too. I like fishing. Me too. Bullshit. They act like they're a 14-year-old, 15-year-old girl from somewhere, and there's probably some 40, 50-year-old dude doing it. Okay? Number two, they kind of love bomb you at first, you know, to get that information from you, okay, and send them pictures of kind of a, they're not naked girls, but they're real pretty and explicit kind of pictures, okay. The end game is to get you to send naked pics and or videos. That's when the mask comes off and the extortion begins. Number three, extortion. Threats, intimidation, and they say they will post your naked pics on all social media, and they will send it to your parents, and they'll send it to all your school people, all your teachers, all your peers and students. They'll send it all there. They'll ruin your life with what they're trying to say they'll do if you don't give them a large amount of money. What they're after is this. They might ask for $5,000, $3,000, $2,500. What they want is you to go buy a money card and put money on it, load it up, and then send it to them, whatever country they're in, because there ain't nothing nobody can do about it. And it's not traced directly back to you. It is traceable, but people would have to do the work to do it. Okay? And they say, oh, if you send us this money, this will all end. It'll come to a stop. No, it won't. It never stops. They will keep on you and on you and on you. They got their hooks in you. Don't ever, never send explicit pictures or videos of yourself to anybody. I don't care if it's your girlfriend or your wife you've had for 10 years. Don't do it. It's a bad idea, and it's always going to be on the internet. Because every time you put something on the internet, it stays on the internet. It's out in space somewhere. Protect yourself, people. Remember, there are people that love you, and we don't want you to hurt yourself. There are people who are committing suicide over this. You know, this goes all the way from young prepubescent all the way up to college level people. Okay? And they get caught up in this. They're good people who think, you know, that other people are good, and these people hook them like fish, man. And they're not porn producers, which are the worst, in my opinion, but they're down there with them pretty far. So, be aware of this. It's a new thing. We can't talk about it enough. We can't talk about AI enough and all the crap that's coming out of AI. But that's sextortion in a nut. If someone tries to contact you and says they're a 14-year-old or 15-year-old because you're a 14-year-old or 16-year-old or whatever, and oh, I'm this girl that you like, here's a picture of me. It's bullshit. Bullshit. Don't get caught up in that shit, okay? Alright. I love you all.
Content warning. The following video contains material that may be harmful or traumatizing to some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Email sextortion is a growing threat in the digital age, and it's essential to know how to defend yourself against this malicious practice. Email sextortion, a form of online blackmail, involves cyber criminals threatening to expose personal information or intimate content unless a ransom is paid. In this video, we will explore what email sextortion is, how it works, and most importantly, how you can protect yourself from becoming a victim. But first, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. The world of sextortion and cyber blackmail is constantly expanding, and we're on the front lines daily to provide you with all of the inside information, tips, and tricks that we can to help you stay protected online. Don't wait, subscribe now. Email sextortion is a type of cybercrime where scammers target individuals via email. Scammers who specialize in email sextortion put a lot of thought into crafting their deceptive messages. They use psychological tactics and manipulation techniques to make their emails as convincing as possible. These emails are carefully designed to scare and take advantage of the people receiving them. To make the emails look real, scammers often start by addressing the person by their name, trying to make it seem like they know them well. They purposely include mistakes in their writing, like bad grammar and misspelled words, to make the threat seem more believable. Scammers might also claim that they've hacked into the victim's webcam or personal information, making their threat sound serious. They sometimes mention personal details about the victim's life to make things even scarier. It's important to know that these scammers often get their hands on your personal information through data breaches, which adds an unsettling level of truth to their threats. Their main goal is to create a highly stressful situation that makes the victim panic and feel anxious, pushing them to do what the scammer wants. These email scripts are just like a powerful weapon that preys on people's emotions and fears. But don't just fall for it. Do not engage. The first rule when encountering an email sextortion attempt is to avoid engaging with the scammers. Simply opening the email won't typically lead to trouble, but responding to it may encourage further harassment. Do not open attachments. Scammers may send attachments that contain malicious code. Avoid downloading or opening any attachments from suspicious emails. Even the best antivirus software may not always detect these threats immediately. Secure your webcam. If the email claims that your webcam has been hacked, take precautions to ensure your privacy. Cover your webcam lens with a sticker or use built-in webcam shutters if your device has them. These measures can provide peace of mind. Change your passwords. Regularly changing your passwords is good online hygiene. If a scammer suggests they have access to your account, it's essential to change your passwords immediately to secure your online presence. Seek expert assistance. If you've fallen victim to an email sextortion attempt or are unsure how to handle the situation, consider seeking expert help. Our team of experts can assist you in navigating the issue and mitigating potential risk. So if you find yourself reading one of these emails someday, Don't hesitate to reach out to our team for guidance. We're available 24/7. Email sextortion is a serious threat that preys on individuals' fears and vulnerabilities. By understanding what it entails and taking proactive steps to protect your online presence, you can reduce the risk of falling victim to these scams. Remember, maintaining your online privacy and security should always be a top priority, especially in today's digital world. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel. We'll have much more valuable information for you in the future. And until next time, stay safe out there.
What if someone threatened to reveal your most intimate moments to the world? Sounds like anybody's worst nightmare, but that's exactly what sextortion is. Like most digital crimes, sextortion has been on a steep rise during the pandemic. I'm Masha from the Coding Blonde channel, and today I want to talk about what sextortion is, how it works, how to protect yourself, and how to deal with sextortion. A sextortion scam is when someone threatens to distribute the victim's compromising sensitive materials unless they provide the criminal with more sexual content, sexual favors, or money. Scammers can trap the victim in a number of ways. They can use phishing, malware, or hacking to blackmail their target. Sextortion emails are some of the most popular ways to trick people into cooperating with a scammer. Usually you receive an email where the scammer claims to have your sexually explicit content, and they do their research. They might know where you work, your hobbies, or even credentials from your hacked accounts. These emails are created to make you panic. A hacker can also claim that they know when you open their message and give you a deadline for the ransom. Some criminals use social media or online dating apps to get close to the victim, and once they gain their victim's trust, they manipulate them into performing sexually explicit acts on camera. Perpetrators record the victims and then use that footage to blackmail them. Sadly, a lot of this type of sextortion happens in foreign countries, making it harder for the police to catch those criminals. Sometimes hackers go straight to the source and break into people's accounts. Private files shared in messages or stored in archives are a goldmine for criminals. If they get their hands on your most sensitive files, perpetrators can demand you pay up. Malware is another intrusive way scammers can get to your data. Some malware can take over your camera, microphone, or even log every keystroke of your keyboard. That's why you always have to be extra careful when downloading something onto your devices. How do you deal with sextortion? If you become a victim of sextortion, stop communicating with the criminal immediately. Don't pay any money or do what they tell you to. In many cases, even if you pay up, the scammers may still release the compromising material. Suspend the account through which they reached out to you, but don't delete it. Your communication can be used as evidence against the perpetrator later on. Collect the evidence. Screenshot every interaction with the perpetrator so that you can hand over the shots to the authorities. Contact the police and your internet service provider. Many people remain quiet about being blackmailed out of embarrassment, but this is a mistake. The authorities are vital in putting scammers behind bars and preventing anyone else from falling prey to blackmail. How to prevent sextortion? Be careful with email attachments. Don't click any links or download any files from an email, especially if it came from an unknown source. Don't share sexual content with strangers. If you share private images or videos with your partner, be sure to use encrypted messaging apps. Use strong and unique passwords. If you find it hard to keep track of your credentials, using a password manager like NordPass can help. Get a VPN. A VPN encrypts all data traffic on your device, protecting your online activities from prying eyes. With NordVPN, you can secure up to 6 devices and won't have to worry about any snoopers seeing your sensitive information.
They sent James 200 messages in 19 and a half hours. 200 messages saying you're nothing, you're hopeless, will make your life a living hell. You might as well end it now. Where's our money?
Tamia Woods' pain is clear. Her son, James Timothy Woods, a 6'2" hurdler, was a popular high school senior who loved anime, chess, and video games. Now his parents are speaking at schools with a desperate warning.
You all are targets. They want your money. They want $10, they want $20, they want $100, and they don't care if you're not here.
Tamia and Tim's son's tragic death is part of an alarming trend called sextortion, targeting young boys between the ages of 10 and 18 on social media, apps, and through video games.
This is an epidemic that is running rampant.
Scammers posing as young teen girls lurking online, sliding into phones and gaming devices of unsuspecting kids.
In 2022, there are over 7,000 reported sextortion cases against children in America. In my experience, in fact, I would think that number is well over 100,000 cases that have not been reported.
Their tactics, friendly and flirty at first, enticing victims into sending a nude pic and then flipping the script, demanding payment under a threat they'll expose those explicit photos to the world, especially family and friends.
The goal is to ramp up that stress. That's also how they're getting a lot of young kids across the country to take their own lives.
The FBI tells ABC News more than 20 kids have died by suicide directly because of sextortion.
These people are professional con artists. Every day I told my son I loved him. And in 19 and a half hours, they convinced him otherwise. It's a mind game.
In November 2022, James died by suicide after DMing over Instagram with someone he thought was a teenage girl. The conversation eventually moved over to a video chat.
She asked him if he would like to view her unclothed. He said yes. She undressed. Then she said, "Okay, your turn." He did it too.
But she revealed herself to be an extortionist. She said the screen grab of James would end up online unless he paid her $6,000 with the untraceable method of gift cards. Like James, Jordan DeMay seemed to have everything going for him. A star athlete and a homecoming king in Marquette, Michigan.
Jordan was a very happy guy. He was always dancing or singing, listening to music. He had a lot of friends.
But last year, he too had a chance encounter on Instagram.
It started out with the supposed girl saying, "Hey, we have some friends in common."
That girl with the handle Danny Roberts enticing Jordan to send her a nude photo, then demanding money. "I have screenshot all your followers and tags. You can send these nudes to everyone, and also send your nudes to your family and friends until it goes viral. All you've to do is cooperate with me, and I won't expose you." Jordan asks, "How much?" Danny, $1,000. Jordan, a victim of sextortion, now spiraling. "I'll kill myself right now," he writes, "because of you." "Good," Danny replies. "Do that fast." He eventually sent Danny Roberts money.
He paid him $300.
Paid him what he could. We sent another transaction for $20 or $30. That's all I have. I can't pay anymore. And they kept pushing and pushing. And they were building collages with his compromised photo with other photos of his friends and family and parents, threatening to send it out to them and keep putting the pressure on them. They never gave him a single minute to think.
And just 6 torturous hours from that first message,
he shot himself with a firearm in his bed. It was obviously total shock. I think I even said that to him when he was there. It was like, why? As soon as I called 911, I called Jennifer.
And he said, Jordan's gone. And I said, no.
Then Jordan's girlfriend Kyla started receiving menacing messages.
And I randomly happened to see a direct message on Instagram with photos. One explicit photo of Jordan, and I felt like I had to respond. Who are you? Why do you have these photos? It was a random account that looked like a teenage girl. They threatened to send these photos to my family and my friends. And I was panicked. I was terrified. Why are you doing this?
Kyla sought help. She told her parents, who went to the police.
They were able to get her phone and follow the IP address. At that point, it's a matter of officers starting to follow the breadcrumbs.
8 months later, a major break in the case.
2 of the men charged after the Jordan DeMay sextortion death will make their first appearance in a U.S. courtroom.
So Danny Roberts, as we've alleged, is a fictitious name. The perpetrators in this case secured a hacked Instagram account. They found an image of an attractive young woman that they found online. They attributed it to this account, and they made up a name.
It turns out Jordan wasn't up against just one scammer, but 6 of them, all located halfway around the world in Lagos, Nigeria.
We're seeing a majority of the cases recently leading us back to Western Africa, specifically Nigeria.
Today, we are announcing the successful extradition of 2 Nigerian nationals who ran an international sextortion ring. Samuel Ogashi, age 22, and Samson Ogashi, age 20.
The Ogashi brothers have pled not guilty and are currently awaiting trial here in the U.S.
2 families are going to be destroyed because of this. There's another mother somewhere in Nigeria missing her 2 sons. And it's really unfortunate that both families are in this situation because of this senseless act and $300.
For emotional support, call or text 988 at the Anonymous Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
We live in a world of information. We have since the 90s. It is super easy to get information on a person or a group of people. If you feel like you painted yourself into a corner and you're out of options, you're not. If you can't talk to your family, if you can't talk to your friends, call 988 or text 988. Talk to a stranger that cares about you, just like we care about you. Because that one last option is not an option.